this time, I found you. So many centuries I've worn this blindfold and participated in this tradition, knowing that you were somewhere in this world. I would find you. I was beginning to fear that you were avoiding me, but I was a fool to think as such, wasn't I? All I needed to do was search elsewhere. To think this entire time you were hidden here in the walls of an enemy kingdom. If I had known I should find you here, I would have come to one of these pointless meetings long ago. But I suppose this meeting wasn't pointless. At long last I've found you. My beloved, my fated, my darling. The one who shall rule by my side until we are taken by death's hand. My darling, what issue is there? Why do you push me away? Please, tell me why you distance yourself from me. Have I done something wrong? My darling, I can hear you breathing. You sound panicked. Please, tell me what the issue is. Tell me how I might help you resolve it. I will do whatever it takes to set you at ease. Your pounding heart is causing mine to ache, darling. I beg of you, please, tell me what makes you so nervous. You still say nothing. Is your fear that you know so little of me? While I've known of my fated love, you might have no idea. I can't deny that it hurts me to think that you have felt no draw to me like I have to you. But I would understand if that were the case. If you would please take this blindfold from around my eyes, it would be my honor to explain everything to you. I would gladly explain the circumstances of my love. Please, my darling, allow me to look upon you. Allow me to explain myself to you. I swear on my life that I'll tell you everything. I won't spare a single detail. Thank you, my darling. You... You... Why are you here? What have you done with my fated... You cur. You dare take her from me. Don't lie to me. I've no time to waste on you, when the one I've sought for years has finally been found. Now tell me, where have you put her? What do you mean? She was here. I know she was. That look on your face. Why do you seem so surprised? Could it be that you did not expect the king of the vampires to feel love? Did you think I was heartless, you knife ear? Remember? What do you mean? What memory could have possibly been brought to you at this moment? Because unless it concerns we've taken my fated, I do not care what it could have been. I will answer no question about her until I know that she is safe. Lead me to her now, lest you wish to find your ribs torn away from your spine. How dare you suggest such a thing? I know my fated. I know the taste of her blood. It was the taste on my lips when I held her last night. I would know it anywhere. The fact that you dare to question my love is beyond foolish. Are you playing the fool on purpose? Of course I know the smell of her blood. Drawing a blade after committing such a vile act against myself and my fated. You truly have a death wish, don't you? Just tell me where she is, and I might spare you. What are you doing? Why do you bare your neck? Your blade, you aim it at your neck. Why? By the gods, what have you done? Your blood is not... You... Why does your blood smell as hers does? No. No. That cannot possibly be. You and I, we would never be... No. There is no chance that you're the one who holds my heart. It cannot be so. Because you are my enemy. We've been the head of our kingdoms for centuries. And not for a second of those many years have we been friends. Our kingdoms may be at peace, but that does not mean there's no tension between the two of us. We share no history besides our hostile arguments and drawn-out duels. In fact, we do. I'd met her before I even had the chance to participate in our tradition. Yes, truly. It was how I recognized the taste of her blood. And what would you care? Why would that matter to you? Fine, but only to prove that you could never be her. Do you understand me? It was several hundred years ago, when I was not yet the king over all of vampire kind. I was the only heir to my parents' throne, but I'd only been a full-fledged vampire for a century. I was still unruly and wild, with a bloodlust soaking to my brain, worse than any liquor could manage. Be silent. I'm sure you weren't any better in your youth. I'm sure there was not a single soul who hasn't heard the rumors of the sinful parties you held in the depths of the human forests. Tell me, is that where you met the last lover of yours? The one who tried to steal your face and name some centuries ago? Yes, that's what I thought. You shouldn't throw stones when you're surrounded by walls of glass, you know. Fine. I'll continue, provided there are no more interruptions. No, it was, in fact, a similar type of party where I met her. Though, rather than a forest, it was in the center of a human village, one of the larger ones. It was the night of a festival, though I could never keep track of which human holidays happened at what point of the year. What I did know was that where there was a party, there was alcohol. And where there was alcohol, there was always a willing throat. Every face was hidden by a mask, and I bought one from a vendor so that I might not stand out. The dark streets were lit by large fires that blazed at every crossroad, the largest of which was in the center of the village. The townsfolk were dancing around it as lively music was played and drinks passed between hands. Then I saw her, golden in the firelight. She moved unlike anyone else, a vision amongst the flames, and I couldn't help but stare. Evidently, she noticed my gaze, and it must have sparked her interest. She pulled me into a dance, and I could not deny her. We danced until the song finished, and then danced to the next one, and then to the one after that. So entranced by her, I'd forgotten the entire reason I came here. We danced together until the fires were all but embers, drifting away in the wind. Then, with only the weak flickers of ash in the air, she told me she'd seen the gleam of my fangs against my lips. She told me that she would not allow me to leave without experiencing the feel of them. I was but a weak, romantic thing, captivated and hungry, and I gave in so easily. I pulled her into a dark alley and asked that she bare her neck for me. She smiled at me and... Yes, that is right. She pulled me close and she... Yes. And then she told me that I could drink my fill from her, but only if... Yes. A kiss for every drop to pass my lips. It was you, wasn't it? All those centuries ago. It was you that I danced with and drank from. It's your blood that I've tasted on my tongue for all these years. It's been you. In my every waking thought. You are the one that I imprinted on so long ago. It's almost funny, in a way. I've spent so many years searching for you, and yet here you are. The person I've glared at from across a war room table, or we exchanged words sharper than swords. I've stood so close to you that I could count your eyelashes. And yet, the tradition has never taken place close enough for me to find you before last night. Yes, the moon hunt. After we've imprinted on someone, we create a link to their soul. However, it's quite common that we create an imprint without realizing it. It might be years before we realize that our hunger is for a particular person's blood. Such was the case with me. So I decided to go through with Moon Hunt, in an attempt to find you. But since it only lasts from the time that the moon is at its pinnacle to sunrise, I've never been able to make it to you. I've woken in the forests a great many times, cursing that even in winter I did not have enough time to reach you. But this time I did. At long last, I was close enough to find you. Then you... Last night, when the moon hunt took place, what happened? No, I remember nothing. Once the moon has reached the peak of its path, and my eyes are covered from its light, the mind goes blank, and the heart commands our journey. What took place? An attack? You thought that I was attacking you? What could make it so? Huh. Yes, I suppose that trying to bite your neck in your sleep would seem like an attack. I didn't know I would be so violent in such a state. I apologize. It was vile of me. To attack someone so defenseless is nothing less than deplorable. Well, that would explain the terrible headache I'm suffering right now. I'm actually quite impressed. It's hard to get such a good angle on a hit while still lying in bed. I always knew you were a formidable fighter, but I didn't expect you had so much experience in warding off nighttime attacks. Fair enough. I'd imagine that you've seen many assassination attempts in your years, as the current crown of the Elven Kingdom. Well, I should hope that I'm better than any assassins that come after you. You are my fated, after all. Fighting our enemies is now something we shall do together. Is it too soon to say such a thing? My apologies. I've dreamed of this day for so long that the words find themselves on my tongue without thought. I will try to refrain. You mean that you are not opposed to the idea? I cannot say that I'm not surprised. After so long of being enemies, it is a shock to hear those words from your lips. I suppose you're right. Hate is too strong a word. Admittedly, I've always had a begrudging respect for your mind. Your intellect has invaded my thoughts more times than I'd ever admit, and your sharp tongue has often left me wishing to hear you speak more. I thought it rivalry, yet, in another light, it could be admiration. Oh, is that the case? Then, if I might make a bold suggestion, would you be willing to consider entering a courtship with me? Your neck. You're still bleeding. Allow me to patch you up. Perhaps if I were younger, or ravenous, I might. But seeing as I apparently took some of your blood last night, I am not so starving as to lose myself. I promise I'm in full control. You wish for that, even after my brazen attack last night. Are you certain? I cannot. No. It's not that I do not wish to feed on you, but I fear I won't be able to control myself. If I bit you without regard last night, who is to say I won't do it again? I know what I said, but it's not just any blood. It's yours. I've dreamt only of your blood for years. You are my longest-held craving. Even I cannot guarantee I won't take more than I should. Why must you fight me on this? I worry on your behalf, and here you are, willing to place your life into my hands. Worse yet, into my fangs. Oh, and what bargain could keep my mind from turning beastly? What words could ground me when I have your throat in my mouth? A kiss for every drop to pass my lips. Perhaps you know me better than I expected, because I believe those words will do the trick. Yes, I'm agreeing. Such a smug grin. I'll steal it from you soon enough. Oh, I'm sure you will. Now, move your hand from your neck. I'll drink from the wound you've already made. Though I warn you, I will still have to bite. I'm not stalling. I'm giving you a fair warning. But fine. If you want me to be swift, I will. But you must warn me if I begin to take too much. I would never forgive myself for hurting you further. No, I need your promise. Please, darling. Thank you. Now, set yourself at ease. Straining will only leave a bruise that will be difficult to cover. Patience, my love. I'm savoring this moment I cannot tell you how long I've dreamt of it. Fine. I shall delay no longer. By the gods. Love. You taste better than even my clearest memories. My head feels light. My knees weak. Oh, my darling, you are addictive. There. I can take no more, lest I lose myself to you. More? I won't take any more blood. I refuse. Then why should I? What reason could there be? My darling. My darling, I know what our deal dictates, but you need not give me more blood to draw a kiss from me. Those I will give willingly. Though, I believe I owe you at least one for every drop of your delectable blood that passed my lips. If that is your request, I am happy to oblige. This may not have been what I expected when I finally met my fated, but I dare say it is better. I think this will be a very happy courtship indeed.